Hello and welcome once again to Lutys Chainsaw Mods. I'd just like to show you something now. I've just solved the problem on this Chinese cs5800, the performance saw. Done a lot of mods to this. I've been having issues with it bogging out and stuff. And it was just acting like it was running out of fuel. So anyway, I did different things to this. I've had the carb off. It had this is a brand new Husqvarna 372 carburettor, okay, but I don't think it's made by Husqvarna, this one. I think it's probably produced by another company, because I'm paying, I don't know, probably about 20 quid for these carburettors off eBay. So anyway, I've tried everything with this saw. I've had the carb off and cleaned it. I had a split filter on it at one point. The carb on it, which is a 372 carburettor, Husqvarna 372. It did have sawdust in it, fine bits, and I thought, oh, I've cracked. Each time I've sort of found something, I thought I've cracked it. Had another go with it, bogging out, dying, cutting out, trying to rev. Sometimes you could rev it hard and then it'd sort of die back like it was running out of fuel. So, and obviously I've been through the fuel line, I've been changed the filter on it, I've done all sorts to it. Turns out, in my investigations, I did find some scoring on the bores. I put a brand new bore on it yesterday and piston. I'm keeping the other ones now. There was quite a bad scoring in the one I took off, but you know, it might get me out of trouble one day. I might need to use it, so I'm keeping that. But I'd just like to show you what the actual fault was. Okay. So I stripped the carb this morning and I found there's underneath the diaphragm, there's a little fuel regulator, or whatever you want to call it. The diaphragm operates this. There's a needle valve in there, and the diaphragm just pulls down on that lever there, okay, and opens up the valve, which allows fuel to come in. And what was happening with this one, it was flooding. So although I know it was giving me symptoms like it was running out, it was actually flooding really. That's why it was cutting out, and that's why it was bogging down, because there was too much fuel going through. Anyway, I stripped it, and I've had one of these do this before. And what I did in the end, the little seesaw mechanism there, what I did was basically reduce that, so that little arm there sits lower. So I mean, I took that one I took apart, and I bent this lever down just a little, so it just sits a little bit lower. Okay, this worked perfectly with that. I'll probably do this one in a minute and just basically show you what I do. I'll have a go at it now actually. I mean, I use this dart, just jam it underneath, bend the lever down, just so that it actually can't push down as much as it did originally, because I mean, I probably made it worse by putting a new a new cylinder and piston on it, because obviously that would increase the pulse. Yeah, that would increase the pulse definitely. I mean, you can do this however you want to do it. Generally I push on both ends of this, just push down by the side of the needle and then push down on the top like that. Now if you get it, see, that's much lower, that is. If you get it too low, you can always raise it easy enough. Yeah, you can always raise them up easy enough. And you can test these with a couple of bits of pipe, just to see that, you've got it working okay. This is how I do them anyway. Just mess about with it until you get it lower, until you get that piece there just a little lower like that. If that's too high, it sort of, well, it can almost stay open. Or the other sort of thing, the theory in my head is it opens too much, so each pulse allows too much fuel, because it's, I mean, you need to see that as a fuel metering valve really. It's a simple job to do, but obviously it's a pain in the ass, you've got to take the carb off. But that's how I cured this thing. And like I say, I had one for an MS362, which I've got down here, and I had a similar issue with that, and had to alter this, well, fuel metering valve I call it really. But it put it right. Now what you can do as well, you can do a before and after vacuum test on it. So you've got a couple of pipes, put one on your fuel side, and you're going to blow down that. It should have no flow, which is the best way to tell there's no flow there. And then put a syringe or something like on the pulse line. And if you do it before and after, you can sort of see the difference, feel the difference in them. This is the best way to do it, I think, because you know exactly what's going on. You can operate this with your hand whilst you're blowing through there. So if you blow through there, I can feel that pulsing as I'm doing that. Okay, so, and you can also push down on the diaphragm through the top. Okay, so that's how I test them, and that's how I set them up. If you're not happy with it, just raise the little seesaw lever a little bit more if you're not happy with it. But if you're getting too much, if it's opening too much, it's going to push too much fuel through, which is what it was doing to this. This is running beautifully now. It idles, revs up nicely. So my main fault was the adjustments of that little fuel regulator, if you like, the needle valve. So that's good. This is going to be boxed back up now, this one, and I'll use this on one of the other saws when I do that, because I mean this is more of an experiment really. This is the only one I've been really going full on with the tuning of it. It's going really well now. Again, it's got some power, and obviously I've got a new cylinder and piston right now, so I'm going to have to run it in a bit. But you know, like I say, I've kept my old ones. My old ones are over here at the back here. I've kept them, and see how it goes. So hope you enjoyed that little insight. You know, I mean, like I say, it's taken me a while to sort of figure this out, and it's probably the same, because the carbs I buy are only cheap carbs, and I'll be honest with you, I mean, if that's all I've got to do to get them right, it's worth it. You know, you're looking at, for a still, you're looking at sort of, I don't know, 140 quid or something for a carburettor for one of the big ones, where I can get one for like 20 quid and just alter that metering valve. Nothing, you know. So thanks for watching once again, Lutys Chainsaw Mods. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now.